That's right, it's episode 12 of USFAPN. Let's go. I'm Potty here without my main man, Rye Hoglul. He's on this multi-day golf journey thing, but I'll leave it up to him to tell you about it upon the return. But it's been a big week 10 of USFA, so let's dive into the games right now. All right, and starting us off with our week 10 games, we had, we didn't load the clip, but we got it pulled up. This is Huntington Beach versus Tacoma, quite possibly one of the greatest games we've had in the history of the USFA. Starting us off this week, so let's see, you can see it's like raining down there in Tacoma, and on the first one, drops back, gives it to Peach. Watch the dance. All right, good effort. So then, Huntington Beach having to respond to the eruption. They come on up. And they pass the ball to Dalib Jabrown with the touchdown, which came along to Tacoma responding. Oh, I kind of skipped ahead. I'll redo that one. Okay, here we go. Yep, touchdown to Joe Beasley. Then we've got it's like Tacoma with the ball again. Passes a deep bomb, tipped up, and then caught by James Peach again. Pretty crazy. So next. Oh man. All right, so next up, it was, let's see where we are. Huntington Beach had the ball. Were they going to convert for 2 points? And they run in, they do. And now it's 18-21. But then when we catch up with them next, it's 24-21. So they caught up. Tacoma had the ball. Big bomb down to Kaiser for a touchdown. So Huntington Beach down 24-28, needing to put points on the board. And on the board they did with that, loud carrying, Ty White, touchdown. And so ultimately what came down to it in overtime, all tied up, we had Huntington Beach with a mighty field goal attempt. Snapped, and it was executed upon perfectly. They took home, the win. And that was our first game with Huntington Beach. So as you can see, very close. Two teams that absolutely hate each other, kind of came out here and fought at it. And it was a really strong and crazy performance. Huntington Beach now puts themselves in a position to clinch a playoff spot, whereas Tacoma still has to fight off the rest of their conference. So interesting berth, and that was our first game. And next up, we had St. Louis take on Tampa Bay, and what a way it was. You could see the crystals falling in the air. Tampa Bay out in St. Louis, and St. Louis, or maybe it's the other way around, but St. Louis is about to get the ball, and you're not going to imagine what happens. A fumble caused by number 92, and number 52 captures it. This, went on for Tampa Bay to then go ahead and get this touchdown by Earl Flint, on the board. Next up, we've got St. Louis who needs to respond. So, they're down 0-7. And who do they give it to? Oh, is that Namie McNamerson with the touchdown catch? Pretty excellent display of athleticism. We got the fake handoff. Going back. Deep bomb. Oh, look at that. Caught by Earl Flint again. What a crazy play that was. So then we had Tampa Bay on defense. Archers toss one, but interception by Jordan Binney. Great play there. Like to see some defensiveness. And we're back on offense. And St. Louis with the ball. Passes it to Sir Lancelot for a touchdown. Then we've got Tampa Bay. Number 12, the rookie, coming in with a touchdown. Then, St. Louis with the ball. And check out who this goes to. Keep this name in mind, Kevin Lee with the touchdown, because you're about to see, deja vu over here. Oh, coming back. Who's it going to? Oh, Kevin Lee again with the touchdown. So ultimately, it was 27-28. Tampa Bay had the ball. Touchdown, Jason Copeland. Then 28-35, St. Louis with the ball. Oh! Namey McNamerson with the touchdown. And let me tell you about that game. That was another banger, that needed more time to settle in, but, it came through. Tampa Bay is in a spot where the number 2 seed is not locked up quite yet, and Archers have a stronger grip to lock the number 1 seed in the East. So, good bout overall. All right, and next up, we had the New York Mafia taking on Charlotte. And let me say, this game, maybe not the same on the Richter scale as some of the others, but it did put Charlotte back into the win column for the second straight week. Did I read ahead? Potentially, but was this victory not expected? Let the viewers know. Ultimately, that was a touchdown by Cletus Castle from the Mafia. I was rooting for the Mafia. Then Charlotte with the ball coming in and drops, that off to Vic Dotson for the touchdown. Okay, here we go. Then Charlotte had the ball again, and they weren't going to, not use it, getting that one off to Witten. Check this one out. We've got Charlotte on defense. What could possibly happen here? Oh, a fumble and recovery by number 93, a defensive lineman running in for a touchdown. And if you like that one, you might like this one. Well, to a receiver or some sort of talkie with the touchdown. And finally for this game, we had Charlotte again with the ball. They're up 7-21 and drops it off to Tom Crew. So ultimately, in the Mafia versus the Royals, this loss puts them in the 5 seed in the East. New York is struggling to find consistency within the offense, and it showed. There were 2 quarters where they didn't put up any points. But I can empathize here. From I understand, but continuous effort, and I see them prevailing in the long term. So that was game number 3. And we're going to move along to game number 4. That's right. Pittsburgh took on the Anchorage Snow Devils down in Anchorage, or up in Anchorage. And up first, Anchorage with the ball. holding back, launches a deep bomb, caught like a pencil and fell over Chris McKinley with the touchdown that led into right here Pittsburgh with the ball, and they had to respond. They were down 0-7, and so they stepped back and drop one softly into the hands of Ryan Davis for the touchdown, which then moved along to, oh, let's go back. Oh, huge mega rocket. Oh, reception by Chris McKinley, touchdown Anchorage. Crazy, crazy. And check this out. Anchorage with the ball, they're up 14-10. It's the fourth quarter, and are they going to nail the coffin shut? Yes. Ultimately, it was. Okay. And we moved along to this final outcome. So Anchorage moves to the number 3 seed, and Pittsburgh remains in the same spot as they were last week. Pittsburgh plays a game against Charlotte next week that can very well bring life to their playoff hopes. It can kill those hopes as well if they don't get it all together. That was the outcome. Our fourth. We now present an interview with Anchorage Snow Devils owner, Starchy Chaff. All right, and we're here on USFAPN, joined by Starchy Chaff. Starchy, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's great to have you on. For our viewers, can you tell us, like, who are you in the USFA, and, what type of roles do you hold?
I am the owner of the Anchorage Snow Devils. I've been here since before they did the All Pro. They had the college league, and I was a college AGM there. After that, I just came up through there when they removed college, and I became a pro league owner.
Excellent. And what about your player? Like, who would people know you as on the field? No player?
Unfortunately, I don't have a player yet. My player is currently in the college system and
Ah,
will be coming up in season 12.
season 12. There you go, man. That's some long-term commitment. So you're already, making an investment in the league, being an owner. What's it like being an owner, out in Anchorage?
Really, that's the hard part because compared to some of the owners, I'm a little bit more inactive due to health issues and stuff. But I do try to keep up, although our locker room is very IA. So really, it's just maintaining contracts and trying to do trades, really, on my part.
Hmm. Those are important elements of running a team, and those are like the necessary things that like teams need in order to like operate. So I commend you for doing the hard job, and like, sometimes feedback isn't like verbally or like written given, but I'm sure like there's people on your team that appreciate you and what you do. So respect for being there. I'm kind of curious, like, how'd you come up with the name of Starchy Chaff?
A little bit embarrassing. I've had an Xbox 360 in 2011, and you know how back in that day you get it online, you make an account, it'll give you a random nickname.
Hmm.
That's where it came from.
Wow. So it created a random name and you've been able to hold on to that? That's so sick.
Yeah, I've had it since then. I dropped the 729 at the end because it was Starchy Chaff 729. I dropped the 729 in general, just Starchy Chaff.
Nice. That's so sick. That's exactly. I don't know that like I would have been like I would have thought because it's a great idea to use that to generate a name. Um, but I respect like the dropping of the letters or the numbers because that the two words are so like randomly connected that it like makes it like original. So I think it's so cool. How would you say Anchorage is doing this season?
I'd say for what we are as a gangle of random players, I'd say playing above our expectations.
Excellent. What expectations do you hold for your team?
Going into the season, we got Dane Jones in the draft, and I was hyped a little bit. Then I noticed in free agency there wasn't really a receiver I could pick up. And we started the season with only one receiver on the roster.
Hmm.
I didn't have high expectations. We did a few trades, did a few bringing in running backs to play receiver. I expected maybe 3 wins.
Hmm.
Because how are we supposed to run an offense when we don't even have a receiver?
Yeah.
Well, we're doing it way above my expectations now.
Wow. That's so awesome. And honest of yourself. Like, I commend you for, sharing that. Like, I feel like I would have done the same as an owner. So I respect you a lot as it's like as an owner play or an owner. Um, and like, I think it's really cool that you have this long-term investment in this player going through the collegiate system. That's like really like playing out the role, to the maximum you can. So I think that's really cool. I'm curious, like, what has been the secret sauce to your string of victories in season 7?
Really? You know how Matthew Stafford in real life he did all kinds of stuff for the Lions?
Uh-huh.
That's Dane Jones for us.
Yeah,
He's just making magic from nothing.
magic from nothing. Wow, what a great way to put it. Um, who is that? Would you would say is the ultimate weapon on your roster?
I'd say on offense it's definitely Dane. Defensively, we don't really have a main weapon. But I'd say someone to keep an eye on is maybe Robert Crone or Mike McIvor.
Hmm. Yeah, interesting. It's and good for you to recognize those two players. Um, who do you think stands to improve the most on your roster?
Um, Outside of Dane, who's the obvious option, I'd say maybe Mike McIvor.
Hmm.
He's really just starting to get into his own as a linebacker, and if he can really take that next step, he could possibly be a top 5, top 3 linebacker in the league.
Wow. That'd be, a really strong weapon of yours. So, it's cool to like make those investments. What in when you got to play a bunch of different teams throughout the season, what team do you least look forward to playing?
I'd say Stax' old team. Um, HBV, I think, is what their name is. I
Hmm.
can't remember.
Yes, the Voyagers. Is there like a friendly rival?
At right now, I wouldn't say there's any rivalries because we're so far out location wise, and also because we are still a relatively new team, we haven't formed any rivalries yet.
Hmm. Absolutely. Well, Starchy, it's been really awesome having you on. But before we close out, I wanted to ask, did you have any shout outs or closing thoughts for our viewers?
Well, let me think. Thought is keep an eye out for the draft. A lot of talented college players are going in. I'm going to keep an eye on the receivers.
Hmm.
But a good shout out to the college system because I can't think of anything for the pros right now. Is that Dane Jones, which is obvious because that man is doing all kinds of good. I'd say keep an eye out for San Diego.
Hmm. Keep an eye out indeed. Well, I hope you all are keeping an eye out on our subscribe button, clicking it below. Starchy, tell these individuals to subscribe to the USFAPN channel.
Okay, peeps, it's time. You know what time it is. Time just to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell as well.
Oh, and hit the bell as well. Wow, yo, you nailed it out of the park. Well, Starchy, thanks so much for hopping on, and until the next one. And we're back from our interview with Anchorage Snow Devils owner, Starchy Chaff. And in our 5th game, Dallas took on Arizona down in Phoenix, wherever they're from. But you could see the jerseys were popping, like in dinosaur eggs in Jurassic Park. Now coming down from the 20-yard line, look at this bomb that drops down on the 30-yard line to Sean McGowan, touchdown Arizona. Next up, we had uh, number. Who's it gonna be? Could it be a 3? Could it be a 4? Could it be number 34 with the touchdown for Dallas? Dragons, tie it up. Well, they were down by 3 points, and Arizona had the ball again. Back to McGowan for another touchdown. So, see what went down with Dallas, down by 10 points at the 30-yard line. Check out this. Oh, huge missile connecting with Jerry Riggs. That then turned around to Arizona with the ball and got just a few yards to get through to the promised land of the point possession. Masulu with the touchdown. And coming up next, we had Dallas with the ball on the 45-yard line. They really need this. They need the points. They're going for it. Oh, he almost gets out. But he goes for one too many yards and fumble recovered by number 90. Oh my God. Sometimes he should step out of bounds. So Arizona was up 36-20. Dallas looks like there's a sack right there. But Dallas, still's got a shot. Something. And they do convert with a touchdown by Fowler. Ultimately that would seal the deal with Arizona winning the game. Money Bills and the gang, was just too much to overcome. Shout out, Money Mills. And Arizona is still firmly holding the 2 seed in the West. Dallas has a slim chance to make the playoffs. So that was episode 12 of USFAPN. Let's go.